So what would be the scenario if the UK went bankrupt? Now, if we think of the way the UK is being run by the Labour Party right now, it's a very, very high possibility that we're heading that way. £51 billion black hole we've got at the minute, and it started at 20, so it's more than doubled. Hasn't gone the right way, it's gone the wrong way. And if we think about 50% of the population are working hard so that 50% don't have to go to work. It's a bit of a mad statistic, that, innit? And what the government need to remember, and what they kind of forget, and I feel like subsequent governments have forgot, is they don't generate no money, they don't make no money. It's not their money that they're spending. And it's not their money that they're getting in debt. It's our children's money when they're getting into debt and spending and squandering all that money. It's our children's money that they just kick down the road, and somebody else has to worry about it. All they do is rob from somebody to give to somebody else. It's a bit of a mad scenario to think of it that way. But what it got me into thinking of in the whole scenario that's going on, not only that they should be balancing the books, not only that they shouldn't be lending more than they're spending, but here's the thing that you really fries my mind when I think about it, right? Should UK taxpayers' money be leaving the UK, right? You pay your taxes, you pay your VAT, you pay your council tax, you pay all the stuff for all the services and everything, even people's wages, MPs and civil servants and everything. Should that money even leave the UK border? Should it even leave the UK waters, or should it actually stay in the UK? What we should probably have is a situation where if a certain population want to be, generous and give to charity, then that's their God-given right, basically. But as a taxpayer, I feel like the money that is taken from you should stay and be spent in the UK. It should never, ever leave the UK as a country. And if we look at the way that the EU and the Labour Party are quite in collusions with each other, if we were to go bankrupt, I have no doubt that that would be the number one phone call would be to the EU, and we would end up back in the EU without a vote. It would be some kind of emergency legislation was passed, and we're just forced back into it against our will. Now, whether that's the agenda of the Labour Party and what is going on right now with the economy, I don't know. But we've got an autumn budget coming up, and we've got a spring budget coming up, and they're both going to see massive tax rises. If you ran a company the way that the government ran the country, you would be insolvent in a heartbeat. And do you know what? If you owed millions and millions of pounds to the government, and the government come around and said, right, we want our taxes, you said, well, I've spent more than I've been taken, and I've lent more than I could pay, and I've got no money left. In fact, I owe loads of money out to loads of people, and you're not getting your tax. Do you know what? They'd close your company down instantly. You'd probably go to jail, and you'd probably lose all your worldly possessions.